Hi everyone, my name is Jessica and I'm the creator of Once Upon a Pesto. Today we're going to be talking all things German. We're talking about German food, German recipes, German culture, and it's fitting because it's now October, as you know, and Oktoberfest is a big part of that. And also today is German Unity Day. So with us is Benjamin Hillebrand. He is in Germany, and he is going to share so much information with us, ideas, cultural facts, and I am inviting him up here to join us now. So shortly he will be with us. And welcome, Benjamin. How are you today?
Hi, I'm pretty good. How about you?
I'm good. Thank you. Thank you so much for joining us, and happy German
Yes,
Unity
thank
Day.
you for having me.
So for those who are watching, tell us real quickly, what is German Unity Day, and how do you celebrate it today in Germany?
Yes, it's a special day in Germany because we are celebrating the unity of the German parts in the 1990s. In 1990, there was it called the wall tear down. So we are celebrating the unity of the DDR, the German Democrat Republic, and us. So the east and the west of Germany, they uniting on these days.
Awesome. Well, happy German Unity Day. And so great also too. It's October. I was just kind of sharing everyone Oktoberfest, as you
Yes.
know, Benjamin, is it the most true way. So what is Oktoberfest like, and how is it started already now that we're 3 days into the month?
Yes. Um, I only wear this shirt only for you because it's a little bit the typical clothes of this time. The Oktoberfest is almost, yes, over 100 years old, and it's in Munich, in Germany, and I'm a Bavarian, so I was born in this area, so I can tell you a lot of about this. So the Oktoberfest, we are celebrating beer. We
uh,
are celebrating the, the Bavarian lifestyle. So this the leather pants and all that stuff, and beer as well, and the German food, and it's a little bit kind of like you have the I don't know the name. What you have is kind of this giant Riesenrad. It's a German thing.
okay.
So especially we're coming together, many people, one 1 million people over this time. It's takes 2 weeks or something, and big tents. And you in the U.S., you celebrated in some parts of the U.S. as well.
Yeah. It's music too plays into it, right?
Yes, yes,
Lots of music.
yes. A lot of trumpets and the typical. But the most Americans think that we in Germany already and only wear leather pants and all that stuff, but it isn't right.
Uh, oh, Reggie is helping us out here. The Ferris wheel, is that what you were saying? The big
Yes, yes, yes. The Ferris wheel. Yes, yes.
yeah,
Big Ferris wheel and carousel. I don't know the English word for this.
like a carnival?
Yes, a lot of fun and a lot of drunk people
It's a good
and
time.
only you can only drink your beer in 1 liter glasses
Oh, wow.
like this. Yes, and there are many Americans and Australians and Britons, and they always think that they can drink more than a Bavarian or a German, but no,
Not true.
the German can drink more of this beer.
So let's dive in there right with beer. So Germany is in Europe. For those watching, feel free to add comments, ask questions. Benjamin would be happy to answer. But we're talking everything about Germany today. So we're in Europe, and it is a fascinating country and culture, so unique. You are Bavarian, like you
Thank
said.
you.
So what distinguishes Bavarian from the rest of Germany?
Um, these days and in this time, many Germans are very feel connected to Bavaria because we're transferring all over the world this the German feel of life. And yes, it's a kind of a special thing, and many people in Germany a little bit kind of be like this Bavarian style. So everyone in Germany, they say that the Bavarians are special people, but in this time, especially in the Oktoberfest, everyone wants to be a little bit Bavarian.
Uh-huh. That's great. And what about growing up, you know, in your childhood? What was life like as, in this Bavarian culture in terms of
Mhm.
food? What were those traditions that you grew up with?
Yes, the big stars in my childhood, and especially many people who were children in this time are the grandmas.
Mm,
So the grandmas and the grandpas, because they have the best recipes ever. And in my place, so where I grew up, and you have it's many this dumplings. You know dumplings?
uh-huh.
Yeah, and pork, pork, especially in Bavaria and in the south of Germany, is typical to eat.
Okay.
Very much pork, and it it was you see the culture. You have the music. You have uh, there are many places in Germany, especially in Bavaria, where you have some kind of this Oktoberfest places. There one to act a little bit like this, but the original, especially in Munich. But the only thing that you have to know is that beer is is a little bit like the most important thing in Germany, especially in the south. But many people in the north of Germany would say, no, 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 we have good beer as well. We have good beer as well. And in my childhood, you see it all over. You
Hmm.
see it everywhere. And in Bavaria, you are a man when you can drink more than another. Then you're a man. But with but the parents take care of their children. That not that you think that children with 8 years old drinking beer or something. No, but it's yes, as food and coming together with the family is very important, and the grannies are very important in these families, and yes, the generations that are coming after these people are very interested about the recipes
Hmm.
of them.
So do you typically write them down and then, kind of pass them that way, or are they
Yes,
learned and
yes.
then
And watching most of them watching.
uh-huh.
I have a book full of recipes that created on my own and created a little bit. I like Jamie Oliver, and so I mix a little bit kind of these recipes together. And the moms and the grandmas are very important for the recipes that you have to cook for your later life.
Mm.
And I want to give my children these recipes further that then they can use it for their family. And I want to be invited later in the future to my daughter's house when she says, "Hey, Daddy, I make these roasted pork recipe of yours.
Uh-huh.
Um, do you want to come?" Yes, I'm looking forward to this.
It's exciting. Do you have a favorite recipe to make that's, the traditional Bavarian style?
Mhm. Oh, it's a
If you
lot.
had to pick one.
One, I will pick one. Yes. Yes. Roasted pork, or yes, roasted pork with dumplings and a good sauce. It's made of beer
Okay.
and with mushrooms, fresh from the wood, from the forest. So
Um,
I love this. This is my favorite.
Sounds delicious.
Is
What
it?
kind of do you use spices or herbs
Mhm.
to season it?
It's to be honest, it's easy,
Uh-huh.
but you as a guest will taste it. How much love will you give these this recipe? You take salt, pepper, and onions are very important for this. And some people will do some carrots in it, but my recipe sometimes not. It depends. It depends.
Okay.
But salt, pepper, and paprika, and onions, and beer. And in my family, we have two parts of the pork. It's the stomach, so the stomach of the
Mhm.
pork, and the throat, the neck.
Okay.
And you have to choose a good beer, a little bit like tastes a little bit like caramel.
Hmm.
So dark beer, and you have it 2 hours on 180 degrees in the oven. I don't know how it is in Fahrenheit,
Okay.
but
Probably around 300 or 400.
okay. So 180 degrees for 2 hours, and you have to watch it all the time,
Mm.
because you have very important in Bavaria for the stomach part of the pork is that it's very crunchy. The skin
Uh-huh.
has to be crunchy.
Huh. So
And,
sometimes,
and you sit on the table and everybody bites in that part, and then you hear it only crunch, 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 and that it's the best
then
thing
it's
that you
good.
can get. Yes.
It sounds good. I love, when the meat is cooked and it has that crunch to it. Is that a typical, like, certain time of year you make that? Is it for a holiday or is it anytime?
Anytime when you want to have it. So in Bavaria, some people make it every Sunday. Um, it depends, but yes, you can take it as a Sunday meal.
Okay. So today is perfect.
Yes.
And Benjamin, tell us, we talked about that, your favorite dish, which sounds amazing, for dinner. Let's go to the beginning of the day in Germany. What is a typical breakfast?
Um, um, yes, I will pick one out.
Okay.
Okay, I will pick the Bavarian one, because my nickname, my username is der bayerische Koch. That means the Bavarian cook, translated. So I will tell you about the typical Bavarian breakfast that you have. Um, it's it's with a white sausage,
Okay.
in German Weißwurst, white sausage, and sweet vinegar.
Hmm.
Yes, and breezels. You call it brezel, right? Brezel. This one.
Oh, pretzel.
Pretzel. Yes,
Yes.
pretzel.
Yes.
Yeah, pretzel. Yes, and wheat beer.
Wow.
Yes, and you have to eat it before noon.
Okay.
That's important. Afternoon, no.
Ah.
So it's a Bavarian breakfast. But the Germans love it to have some little breads, and you don't have it in the US. You have only breads, and you don't have it. I think I searched for it, and I found one bakery in New York City, nearby the Central Park.
Okay.
There's a German who sells German bakery stuff. So we have these little breads. You cut it in the middle, and you have this side and this side, and then you do butter on it and marmalade or jam. Jam,
Mhm.
you say to jam, right?
Yeah.
And you do jam or honey on it, and sliced sausage,
Hmm.
cheese. But we only we also use yogurt and fruits, and
Okay.
we're these days we're more healthier than 100 years ago or
Uh-huh.
80 years ago.
But there's nothing wrong with, sausage and pretzels and, certain days of the week. That's totally fine, right?
There's in the US. My brother was in New York City 3 years ago, and he sent me a picture of his Hofbräuhaus in New York City, where he took a picture of a pretzel and a wheat beer
Uh-huh.
in the middle of in New York City. He said it a little bit tastes the same, but it's not the original. But they try. They
Yeah,
try.
almost.
Yes.
So what is it? Describe to me a pretzel, made, the traditional Bavarian way. How
Mhm,
big is it? What does it taste like? What
mhm.
makes it different than the ones they make in New York?
Okay. The bristle is made of normal wheat, uh, Weizen, wheat,
Mhm.
and they put something on it. I have to Google it because I don't know the English word for it. We call it lauge. It's
Okay.
it it makes the dough brown, the typical
Okay.
brown color
Um,
of this.
yeah, would it be lard? Like a butter?
Yeah, not
No.
it's some kind of fluid. I don't know the English word for it,
Okay.
but the bakers make it. They do it on the dough, and then you have the special what is the word? Sorry.
That's okay.
Um, you have this, and then you make this.
Yes, the knot.
Yes,
Uh-huh.
yes, that's a special thing, and it tastes salty and doughy. Do you
Yeah.
say this?
Uh-huh.
Okay, and yes, and I love this, and it have to be crunchy outside, and inside it have to be soft. That's the perfect pretzel.
And you eat it warm.
Sorry.
You eat it warm?
Uh, yes, hot warm is good, and but hot it's not that good.
Okay.
Warm is the best. Yes.
Mm. And what about size? Is it like they're
You
pretty
have
big,
different.
right?
You have two sizes. You have the normal size, and in Oktoberfest and the big um, fest, you have kind of this size. Now I can show it, but it
Yeah.
makes 20 centimeters like this here,
Uh-huh.
and it's very big. And and in Bavaria, you can get some kind of cheese of it. It's cut very thin, of
Uh-huh.
Emmentaler cheese. It's with a lot of holes in it,
Oh
like
yes.
Switzerland
Like
cheese.
Swiss. Yep.
Yes, and you have salt and pepper on it, and you make every slice this, and salt and pepper slice, next slice, and then this. Then you drink a big beer to this, and the pretzel like this.
And is
That's
that
that's the Bavarian heaven.
one big pretzel is for one person?
Yes, yes, it's enough. It's
Oh,
big. It's very big.
and the the liquid you're talking about, Reggie helped us out here. Is it brine to make it brown?
Yes,
Okay. Thank you, Reggie. Awesome.
thank
Now,
you.
And here in the United States, often the on the appetizers, starter dishes will include soft pretzels, but in Germany, is it kind of the main thing? Is it a snack? Is it an appetizer?
It's a snack. It's in the and you can eat it always. But the children as well. My children, my daughter loves it because you have we cut it in between, and then we make some butter between, and then we make it together again. And I love this. I don't know any German who loves it not. In Germany, we love this.
Awesome.
It's a kind of snack, yes. And we
Yeah.
use it for breakfast.
Any time of day sounds good.
Hmm.
So let's move into lunch, Benjamin. What's a typical lunch like in Germany or in Bavaria? What are the certain foods that you eat for lunch?
Um, I don't live in Bavaria anymore. I live in an area called Baden-Württemberg. It's nearby Stuttgart, where Porsche and Mercedes-Benz have their production companies. In this area where I live with my family now, with my little family, and they have the best thing is some kind of roast beef, but it's cut like this. It's a little kind of a steak. It's cut from the roast beef, and it have 200 and 240 grams, and it's called Rostbraten. But it's not a roasted thing, but you have to fry it in a pan of two sides, or you can make it on the grill as well. And then the best thing is to have it medium, and then they make some onions fried in the pan as well, and then they put it over the meat. And to this you can get here in this area. It's called Spätzle. Do you know what Spätzle is?
Mm-mm.
It's some kind of pasta. It's made
Okay.
of eggs and flour and some kind of this. And then you press it through directly in the hot water. It's some kind. Some people in the US know it as the Swabian noodles.
Okay.
Yeah,
I've definitely
and
seen
then
them. Yeah.
yeah, and so you serve this to the meat, and very very important here in this area, in this way, in Baden-Württemberg here, they love to have sauce. They love sauce. They can't get enough of sauce. It's very important.
What
So that's a
kind?
typical. It's brown sauce. It's made of celery and carrots and meat and bones of the meat. You cook them, boil them. You boil them for many hours, and you use red wine to get
Okay.
the color in it, and
Hmm.
onions and some kind of stuff like that. And the longer you will boil it, the better the sauce will get in the end. So
Sounds
and
good.
yeah, they love it, and some children drink it. My neighbor here, she will get in the end of December she will have birthday, and she asked me, Benjamin, please for my birthday present, please make your sauce again. I will drink it. it's, it's it's crazy.
Oh wow. That's awesome, Benjamin. And let's move into the evening. You talked about your favorite, the pork,
Mhm.
but also, here in America, the traditional German dishes or names of foods we hear at this time of day are like schnitzel, bratwurst.
Mhm.
Um,
Yeah.
so are those, typical in Germany as much as they are here in the United States?
Yes. 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 It's true. It's true. It's not.
And
It's
what is
not.
it, how often
It's
do you eat those or how are they prepared?
Schnitzel. I have to say that there are different kinds that you use, a different kind of meat you use for this.
Oh,
Um, it's pork, and especially from the veal. That's the original one. It's the Wiener Schnitzel.
Uh-huh.
And the Wiener Schnitzel, Vienna is in Austria, not in Germany, but in Germany we have the same recipe, so it's a little bit kind of the same. And the most Americans and people all over the world think that it's the same place, the same area, but it's a little bit different. And
Yeah.
Christoph Waltz told it once that it's a little bit different, but a little bit the same. So um, you the typical special Wiener Schnitzel, you use veal,
Okay.
meat from the veal, and you have to
Pound it?
yes, pound it very thin like this,
Wow.
and then it's a panade. Is it the right name? You have
Breading.
flour, yeah, flour, then egg, and then breadcrumbs.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, and the best thing is to use uh, butter,
Mm.
but butter that you can make a high temperature,
Okay.
not the normal. And then you have to make these moves here on the pan
Uh-huh.
because it has to be a little bit kind of waves on the meat.
Mm.
It looks better and it's more sexier, you know. So it looks good when you move your pan in the kitchen. So and that's the original one. In Germany, yes, we eat it, and it's after spaghetti bolognese, it's the second favorite meal in Germany.
Wow.
And French fries
Uh-huh.
or potato salad. Yes,
Okay.
that's in Germany we love this very much. Yeah.
And what about other side, potato you mentioned, French fries. What are other typical side dishes that you serve with, your pork or the schnitzel or bratwurst?
Dumplings in Bavaria, dumplings, only dumplings. And in this area here in Baden-Württemberg, you take these Spätzle, these Swabian noodles that I
Okay.
told you,
Yep. Yep.
and with sauce. But in Bavaria, not only here in this area with sauce. I told you they love sauce.
Uh-huh.
So in Bavaria, not you. In Bavaria, you use French fries, but no dumplings. Only French fries or potato salad.
Oh,
And the the most you don't have you don't use boiled potatoes or salt potatoes or something to this. You use to Wiener Schnitzel. You use French fries for Spätzle, and for the other things like roasted pork or something, you use dumplings.
wow. And that's always, that's just kind of how people separate the two.
Yes, it's like yin and yang, you know.
Uh-huh.
The one can't be without the other. So here in this area, the people don't like dumplings, but where I come from, we only have dumplings, and we love it very much. Not only, but we love it very much.
Uh-huh. And let's not forget about beer, right? You mentioned that
Yes,
you have it, with breakfast. So why and how is beer part of German culture?
yes, because we in Germany we cultivated the beer that we drink these days. We created it. So the first people that make some kind of beer were the Egyptians or the Babylons, but
Okay.
it's 1,000 years ago. And in Germany, there's it's called Deutsches Reinheitsgebot. That means um, the beer has to be like this. It's only 4 ingredients. So and it's from 1516,
Wow.
so over 500 years. And this recipe about the beer that you use it all over the world is born in Bavaria, so
Mm.
in Germany, Bavaria, and that's very important for our culture, and it's normal. It's, it's normal. But we have non-alcoholic beer as well.
Huh. I didn't know about that.
Yes. In Germany, we have, but you don't have, you have not much cost for alcohol to buy alcohol, especially in Bavaria. You will, in whole Germany, you can get alcohol every time. And in Bavaria, you have a little bit the problem that in Germany, some people are drinking all over the day, and it's very cheap.
Mm.
So the breweries, they say, we don't want to have that face in public that we are make our users to alcoholics or something. So we have
Yeah.
to think about it, and we make non-alcoholic drinks as well, non-alcoholic beers and something like that, and
Okay.
mixed beers with lemonade and something like that.
Wow. I mean,
Yes.
it's such a part of the culture. And Benjamin, what would you say? What is your favorite part of being German? Whether it's the food or the culture, what kind of makes you happy to say that I'm German?
Um, I love our statement, and I love our culture because everybody and everyone all over the world knows a little bit about us.
Uh-huh.
We're a so small country, but I'm, 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 I don't, I'm not, I want to, I don't want to say I'm proud to be a German, but I'm proud to be a human who's born in Germany. I'm proud of our cars and our techniques and our beer and our food um, and I'm not so proud about our former history. That's not that good, but
Hmm.
there are two generations that go now. So we love to be connected with people all over the world. We love the USA, and we love people who will not in the future will answer and say, hey, but in the 1930s you make this and you make this and something like this, yeah. But yes, that's I'm proud about.
That's great. I love hearing that. It's, every country has its own history, but that, like you said, it's that the respect that you are German because you were born there. It's not that necessarily you made those decisions that you know, people
Hmm.
before you
Yes,
made.
yes,
It's being true to that. Your roots are German, and there's
yeah,
so much good in the country as well. So thank you for sharing that.
yeah. Mm. I love it. So I love it. I love it to make people happy, and especially with my food and my cooking skills.
Hmm.
And I improved the cooking skills since oh, 15 years.
Wow.
And I was working in a hotel for many years, and not as a cook, but as a um, waiter.
Hmm.
Um, and so I love food since I was since I was that big. So yes, I always wanted to eat and try something new, and I love the Mediterranean
Mm.
cuisine as well. Um, in the summer, in summer I don't eat roast pork or something like this. I love to eat it a little bit more uh, lighter, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I love salad as well, and the Mediterranean food is I love Mediterranean food and
Hmm.
American food as well.
And it's neat because in Germany, people that have never been to Europe, you mentioned about the size of Germany, but also you're so close to some of those other countries that, you're talking about Mediterranean food. You're so
Yeah,
close to, a flight over to Italy or to France and
yeah,
Spain. You're kind of
yeah,
right there, which is
Yes.
amazing because, it's accessible, it's delicious, it's fascinating, all of that.
Yes. And was in Italy 2 times, in Venice and in Livione Cattolica. It's on the Adria
Hmm.
in the Little Sea. Um, I love pasta and all that stuff, and and pesto as well. You saw it on my channel. Um, and I love to you don't do you know what wood garlic is? Wood
Uh,
garlic?
Wild garlic, maybe?
Yes, it's only leaves like this.
Okay.
Green leaves. They're growing in the forest. And the English word for it, I googled it before. It is wood garlic.
Huh.
It
I've not.
it's it smells like garlic. And you go in the woods and the forest, and you smell a little bit of garlic.
Uh-huh.
But in Germany, in many areas, they're growing wild. So it's wild garlic. Maybe it's the word for this.
Yeah.
And you make pesto with this as well. And I made it. I was going out with my dog 2 years ago, and had a and there are big areas, big fields growing wild of this, and you only smell this garlic. Typically, it's a typical smell,
Yeah.
and you can take it. This is what you can make soup with this as well, and pesto is very good. And in Eastern in Germany, but it's maybe from French cuisine, maybe, but it's in Germany also. In Eastern, you take these wood garlic pesto, we call it like this. Um, do it over the lamb
Mm,
meat,
yum.
and you can combine it with asparagus, something like this.
That sounds really good.
It is good.
Benjamin, thank you so much for your time today. This conversation has been great, learning all about, German pretzels and the pork, beer, everything is just so fun to get to meet you in person. We've been in touch for quite a while here, but to talk to you, and I hope everyone watching has enjoyed this conversation, and, you're willing to go out there and try some German food now. Benjamin,
Yes.
first, before we sign off, though, I want to ask you, for those who are watching and are going to watch later when I upload it to IGTV, where can we find more of what you do, on YouTube, on Instagram, and how
Yeah.
can we stay connected with your cooking?
Yes, I have a YouTube channel, but it's all in German. But I thought about it maybe to do some videos in English language with a Bavarian accent. So it's kind of funny. Doing a little bit of comedy as well in my videos. You can see my videos on YouTube or on Instagram as well, on IGTV, under Der Bayerische Koch. And yes, I'm a little bit of a crazy guy who loves to cook.
And nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, thank you.
Your
Thanks for
personality
having
is.
me. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Yeah, I loved, when I first found your account and watched some of your videos. I don't understand German, but your personality, your energy, it's very engaging. So anyone who's watching, whatever
Thank
language
you.
you speak, I encourage you to follow Benjamin, see what he's making. It's, food is a universal language, so we can all understand that.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Benjamin. And
You're
anyone who has
welcome.
questions, feel free to comment, tag Benjamin,
Yes,
and be happy to answer.
you too. Thank you. Have a nice
You're
evening
welcome.
or day. Have a nice day.
Yes, yes. Enjoy the rest of your evening, Benjamin.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you too.
Bye.
Bye bye.